Andre the Giant, Robert Wadlow, Graydon Grimes, all very large human beings, but one is committed to the Baylor Bears and joins the show today. Stick around to find out.
You are Locked On Baylor, your daily podcast on the Baylor Bears, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome into Locked On Baylor. I am in Alaska from Sports Illustrated's Inside the Bears, and that is the newest Baylor Bear. Class of 2024, Graydon Grimes, defensive end, tight end, maybe long snapper. I don't know. They're like a ton of things that they've labeled you as. Thanks for making Locked On Baylor your first listen every single day. Graydon goes to China Spring. I wore my China Spring sweatshirt today. So we've known each other for a couple of years. We're good buds, family friends. So this is just like, two guys hanging out and having a conversation about, one of them being an all-pro athlete and the other being a podcast host. Graydon, everybody's going to ask you, why Baylor? That's the question. So I'm sure you've got some kind of answer here. I'm legally required by the university to ask it. Why Baylor for you?
Okay, so there's a lot of reasons, but the main reason that comes to mind whenever I think of why is probably, I'd say, the culture and just the relationships built there. And it just feels like it would fit me very well. And I feel like Baylor is one of maybe the only Power 5 school that is truly a Christian school.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to me. And then also just obviously being able to play with my brother and play for my dad. That's very cool. And most people wouldn't get to do that. So those are my main reasons.
What was it, you have been recruited, you've been in conversations with schools like Louisiana Lafayette, you've gotten calls from North Texas and Iowa State, some bigger programs too. What sets Baylor apart from them individually? Because I know you created relationships with other staffs in this process.
Like I said, like a school like having Christian morals is something that's really important to me and cool. And I think that Baylor is probably the biggest program that really has those morals. Like some schools say they're a Christian school, but I feel like Baylor really is. And then I said culture. It's just the feeling that Baylor gives. It's different from any of the other schools to me.
So there's the whole person over player thing. When you think person over player, because you don't really hear about that at any other university. It's a big Baylor thing. What does that phrase mean to you?
It means to me that if you are bad person off the field,
yeah,
it doesn't matter what type of player you are, and that's what matters to the coaches. Coach Bell, before he even went to Baylor, obviously he was my coach, and he told me, he's like 90% of our athletes are not going to go be like successful athletes in the future, but hopefully they're going to go be good men, and that's what's important to him. And I feel that at Baylor. I feel that from all the coaches, that they really care about like just how you perform on the field.
Yeah. Now, this, obviously, we can't escape it. I wish I could go an entire segment without asking you about your dad and your brother. But boom, this guy who's got a mustache now. What does he mean to you? Before we even get to the on the field stuff, right? Because you could play tight end or defensive end or literally anything, it seems like. What about off the field, in the home? What does the name Jeff Grimes, or to you, Dad, mean to you?
I mean, he's one of my biggest supporters, and he's very encouraging to me, and I look up to him a lot. Obviously, he's my dad, but I don't know, he's just a big role model to me, and just like how he does everything means a lot to me. And he always tells me like it's the little things, and he exemplifies that. And I just say his hard work just means a ton to me, and it's helped me build that same work ethic that he has.
Yeah. Graydon, what was his reaction when you told him, and really how was he throughout this process? You know, it seemed like he didn't want to put the pressure on you to go to Baylor just for him.
Yeah, he tried to be very like separative about the recruiting side of me and me being his, but he was very excited whenever I told him I wanted to go to Baylor, not just because he's there, but just because he feels like Baylor's a good school for me. But yeah, he was very excited.
Now, give me the on the field impact that he's had for you. I've heard stories from you individually about him coaching you through film and in everything you do, even at camps, just trying to lead you every step of the way from a technique standpoint. Whether you play on the offensive or defensive side of the ball, what does it say to have a mind like Jeff Grimes' mind on staff at Baylor where you'll play?
I mean, it's very like encouraging to me. It made me want to go here because like he's always pushed me to be my best self on the field and give 100% effort every play. I mean, last year at one of the camps, I messed up and I got like down on myself, started shaking like I was one of his players, and I mean that helped me a lot. And I know he's not gonna let me give poor effort, and that means a lot to me. So that'll help.
How about this guy, Dave Aranda, the head coach, quasi defensive guru? What kind of conversations have you had with him? Obviously, like, look, when your dad got hired, before you were officially a Baylor prospect, you were just his offensive coordinator's son, right? The relationship didn't start on the field. What is the relationship behind the curtain with Coach Aranda? And then what is it going to be like maybe playing defensively on his side of the ball?
So my dad worked with him at LSU very, very well, so I can't say much about that, but he knew me when I was little. So, and then just being here with him, I think he really does exemplify maybe the most person ever player. And playing for him, I think will be really cool. And the relationship we have means a lot to me. And just how honest he's been with me through the recruiting process and really wanting the best for me, even if that it didn't end up being Baylor. He wanted what was best for me. And what meant the most in our relationship throughout recruiting was just his honesty with me and his patience with me, like me not obviously committing right away because I wanted to feel it out, and he was fine with that. And yeah, I really look forward to playing for him on the field too. So
yeah. Graydon, I've got like the list of names here of guys and their reactions and how they've been valuable to you in this process. And Garrison, your brother, what was his reaction now knowing that he's going to get to play with you at Baylor and him being there? And again, where was he along this process? Was he pressuring you to be a Bear, or was he just like your dad, hands off in this?
He was very hands off with it. He didn't push me. I mean, I think all along they knew I was probably going to commit to Baylor. So, but they didn't want to push it because it doesn't mean as much if they do. So he was really excited whenever I told him. He's like, come join the gang. So yeah, he was excited, to say the least. It was cool.
Whoa. Hey guys, I'm going to pop in here and tell you about Built Bar. Sorry to interrupt Drake and Graydon. It's going awesome. That guy's a hoot. I'm in Alaska right now. Have gone there to do some baseball games. Today's the first game, opening game tonight. You can listen to it at 9 p.m. Central Time on the Anchorage Bucks YouTube page. I'm in my little room here. It's not very big at all. But one thing I brought with me was a Built Bar. Yeah, that's right. I like Built Bar so much. that I had to bring them with me because I couldn't really find them locally until yesterday. I realized I shouldn't have brought them with me. We have a Walmart like 0.7 miles away from me in Anchorage, Alaska. They have a Walmart in Alaska. They have Cane's. They have all kinds. They have Chili's. This stuff's great. 100% real chocolate in a Built Bar. They have churro, peanut butter brownie, cookies and cream. I'm not sure how they do it, but they do it. It tastes like a candy bar. It's got 17 grams of protein, 4 grams of sugar, only 130 calories. And it's also beautiful. Built.com. You can go to built.com right now. Get specialty flavors, built.com. Or go to your local Walmart, get a 4-bar box. Go to Sam's Club, get a 13-bar box. Go to Built Bar, get all the boxes you want. It's Built Bar, man. Cookies and cream, double chocolate, coconut puff. If you're close to a Sam's Club, go right now. Get a 13-bar box. Eat them all today. Eat them all today. That's still within your 2,000 daily calories. Built.com. It's the best stuff. I eat them every day for breakfast. Bang and Built Bar. You know me. You know, that's how I start my day. So go to Built.com, get a Built Bar, get a Bang energy drink if you want to. They don't sponsor us. Send me one. They don't have them here in Alaska very much, but it's Built.com, Built Bar, Walmart, Sam's Club. All right, you guys, get back to it. Yeah. The recruiting process here, you're one of the earliest recruits in the class of 2024. Obviously, Baylor got its quarterback about a month ago now, and he's gone on the trail himself to try to bring in new guys with him. But this would seem like, I guess, as far as this class goes, an earlier commitment. Why the decision to go to Baylor now? When was it that you truly knew?
So, yeah, I decided to wait not because I didn't think I was going to go to Baylor or not because I saw anything wrong with Baylor. I just wanted to feel more confident. I wanted to be 100% sure. It was pretty early when they offered me, and I just wanted to be sure it was for the right reasons. Like, say my dad were to leave, I didn't want me to not want to be there anymore. And over time, just thinking about it, praying about it, all that, it just slowly became like I became more confident that that was the right decision for me. And I was pretty sure like a week in advance of me making it. Well, I committed like a week before I made it public, but
you did sit on that Twitter graphic for a long time.
I did.
You took your time with that one.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, I mean, I knew like a week before I even told the coaches that I was ready. I just wanted to be 100% sure, and like I thought time would give me that, and it did. So
yeah. So this is a tough follow-up here too. But I'm going to bring it up because you mentioned it. Like, obviously for your dad, his entire football career has put him in a position in the next 5 years to be a head coach at a Power 5 school. If that opportunity comes up for him, you just said it there. You said you've committed to Baylor, that you love Baylor, even separate from your dad being a coach there. Was that part of this decision? I mean, knowing that he could be a head coach at a major university in the next few years, you said you still feel like you committed to Baylor.
yeah. I mean, I love Baylor and I love it with my dad here, but I do love Baylor. And if he were to leave, I would still love Baylor. It wouldn't change that. I mean, obviously it's really cool having him here, and I would love him to stay, but I can't. I don't know how long he's going to stay. He loves Baylor, obviously,
Yeah.
and he wants to be here a while, but he might be here my whole college career. He might not. So that was something I had to factor into there. And I decided that even if he were to leave, even if, I don't know, my brother were to leave or something, I would still want to be at Baylor.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Great. Let's go to the China Spring conversation. I wore the hoodie very strategically today. The coaching staff there, and you know what? No, I want to start here. We went on a road trip together. What was it like? 2 months ago, a month ago or something?
Something like that.
I don't even remember what it was for. It could have been Christmas. I don't remember what it was. We went on a road trip for like 7 hours together. And you told me that there was a guy who you lined up against, who kept like mentioning your dad, and it was really weird. This high school football player going against you that kept being like, "Oh yeah, you think you're good? You're Jeff Grimes' son, and you were good. You just beat him every snap." Do you think you're going to get a lot of that now going in? Like you've now become the guy on the China Spring team who committed to Baylor. Opposing teams circle you on the scouting report. Do you feel like you're going to see that impact come first Friday of the fall?
Yeah, I mean, me and Coach Beatty talked about it a little bit. There's gonna be some guys now might never play college football, but they just want to prove that I shouldn't be playing college football.
Hmm.
So I do think there's a little bit more of a target on my back now, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It'll give me some good competition. So
Yeah, it'll ramp it up a little bit. Again, scouting reports, you'll be at the head of those. But on the flip side of that, and there are guys like Nate Bennett who's talked about this. You've now decided where you're going to be in college football. There are some guys going into their senior year who are fighting to get on a roster at the next level. Do you feel like now that you've committed, that's just something that to get off your back and you can play maybe a little bit more loose your senior year?
yeah, after committing, I feel like kind of a burden's off my back now, and I mean, there is a burden off my back. I don't have to worry about recruiting anymore, and
Yeah.
that's very comforting. So now I'm kind of, I wouldn't say focused on bigger things, but I know where I'm going to be in the future. So it doesn't really, how I play won't affect, I mean, obviously it will, but it's more comforting knowing that I know where I'm going to go now. So I can like play freely, if that makes
Yeah,
sense,
100%.
and play confidently.
Before we get into the fun part of the conversation, Graydon, last question on I guess you as a player. What are the odds you get a third state championship ring in the fall?
I mean, what do you want? What do you like?
I
1
want a
out of 10
hard
or what?
yes. I want hard yes.
Yes, yes. No, I just didn't know if you wanted a 0 to 10 scale or what, but
Oh,
that's the goal for sure, and I
I
think
just
it's
wanted
doable.
I wanted a third ring myself, so that's
So,
what I was looking for on that one.
yeah.
And you've got guys around you like Cash McCollum, right? Kyle Barton, who are all looking to get recruited going into next season as well. And I think this is a statement. I'll say it for you. I think this is a statement to recruit China Spring that there are athletes coming out of there who are college ready, especially after 2 state titles, and people are taking notice of that. Obviously, Baylor did here. But Graydon, to flip into my favorite part of the show, this is the get to know Graydon Grimes for everybody at home. Graydon, we'll start as about as simple as I can start. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food. That's a good question because I love food. Um, Probably Italian. I just love, like, all Italian food. Pretty generic, but I just love Italian.
Does Jeff Grimes make good Italian food?
Dude. He doesn't make Italian food, really. We order Italian food.
That's
My mom
cool.
does sometimes, though.
Oh, that's good. Graydon, what is your favorite genre of music?
Mm. Probably just rap, but I am versatile. I listen to a lot of different music.
Favorite rappers?
I like J. Cole a
All right.
lot. I don't know. J. Cole, I like Kendrick Lamar. Um, yeah, I don't know.
All
J.
right.
Cole, he's my favorite, I'd say.
J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. We'll put it up there. What is your oh, I know this one's gonna get you. When you go to George's, what do you order? Say it.
Um,
Tell them. Tell the people.
I don't know. Whatever you would order is what I would get.
Why would you say that, Graydon? What have you ordered at George's before?
Nothing.
Yeah, Graydon's never been to George's,
Yeah.
which is insane to me. We'll fix that sooner or later. That's a good one then. What is your favorite restaurant in Waco?
I like Barris
Italian.
and I like Chewy's.
True, go too. Mexican. What then if you are if you got to pick up your ideal first date? Be careful with this one, Graydon. What is your ideal first date to go on?
Can't go wrong with a steakhouse.
I guess that makes sense. That's it. That's your entire first date, as extravagant as you can go.
Like, are you talking about like just where to
Oh,
eat?
dude, I'm talking. You've got to plan this whole thing, so I need you to unpack the date itself.
Okay.
This is your shot to make a really fun impression here.
Okay. All right. So pick him up.
Him?
Go to a steakhouse. Actually, probably not pick them up because they're about 6 hours away. So,
that's funny.
But
ideally, this person is in town. We'll put it that way, so you can pick them up.
Okay, so pick them up. Steakhouse, can't go wrong with it. Maybe Diamondbacks or something.
Oh, geez, who's paying?
Not me. But so go eat. Movie. Can't go wrong with the movie.
Good call.
Or maybe Top Golf or something.
Okay. Well, you've listed like 4 things
Something
now.
like that. Something
So
fun.
this is a very packed first date. You've listed a lot of things now. It's a very packed first date.
No. Either movie or Top Golf. Like either one. But probably movie. Go see something good and then go take them home. Pretty simple.
Yep. Home by 10. No funny business. Dinner at 5, home by 10. Before we get out of here, Graydon, what does staying close to Remy, your French bulldog, or just what is it, French?
French bulldog.
What does staying close to Remy mean to you in this decision?
I mean, really means it all. Remy's my
the deciding factor.
Remy's a big factor. And we got Reggie too now, so 2 Frenchies.
Yeah. That's big. You'll be close to home. Do you have a favorite of Remy and Reggie at this point?
My mom gets mad at me when I say it, but Remy.
Yeah. That Reggie one, aggressive at times.
He's got some fire to him.
A lot of fire to that Reggie. Graydon, thanks for coming on the show today, man. Congratulations on your recruitment. Or your commitment to Baylor University. I know it was a interesting recruitment with your family being as involved as they are in college football, but I think you made the right call here.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, y'all, for listening to Locked On Baylor. This has been Locked On Baylor. Making it your first listen every single day. Thank you. Or every dayers. Always come back. We come back on Wednesday. We'll talk Houston expansion, Big 12. I don't know, the conference. By the time Graydon's a senior, Baylor's going to play Wisconsin in a regular season conference game. This has been, it always will be. Come back again on Wednesday. Locked On Baylor.